Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Missouri Chamber of Commerce and Industry. As you all may know, we are the state's largest employer organization, with our primary purpose being the responsibility of lobbying on behalf of Missouri's employers and on behalf of the positive business climate for the state of Missouri. It's an honor to have a special guest here today. We are on a tour throughout Missouri, visiting businesses, employers, manufacturers, announcing our support for Kenny Hulshof for governor. The stakes are very high in this election. If you look at what our main purpose is of working with the legislature to make sure we have a competitive business climate, it's only getting more difficult in a global economy. There's difficulties with fuel prices, etc. We all know that's well documented. And that's why we need a governor that gets it, that understands the message, understands the responsibility of employers being in business and providing those opportunities to Missourians that want to work. As a farmer and a small businessman, Kenny Hulshof gets it. And that's why Missouri Chamber PAC is happy to announce our endorsement of Kenny Hulshof for governor. Kenny.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kenny Hulshof is the only candidate in this race that has a track record of supporting civil justice reform and workers' compensation reform. He is a proven tax cutter. Kenny has the vision, the integrity to lead our state forward in family-supporting job creation. Kenny has demonstrated an ability to work with both sides of the aisle in Congress, and we appreciate his vision on uniting urban, suburban, and rural interests to move Missouri's economy forward. He has a commitment to working Missourians that will be manifest as governor. I'd like to introduce the next governor of the state of Missouri, Kenny Hulshof.
Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm pleased and honored to have the endorsement from Missouri Chamber of Commerce Political Action Committee. Notwithstanding perhaps the predictable reaction by a couple of others to this endorsement, the Missouri Chamber, in my eyes, is not just some Jefferson City-based lobbyist group, but is in fact the grassroots voice for about 3,000 businesses here in our state, businesses large and small, who do what they do every day, taking risk, helping Missourians achieve the Missouri dream. Every town in Missouri has a local chamber of commerce, and of course we think of that when we talk about trying to build our communities, as Dan said, whether it's in downtown St. Louis or Kansas City, whether it's in the suburbs or even out in the rural areas from which I come. Businesses are really, especially those small businesses, are the engine that really drive our state's economy. Business owners want government to do its job, to do it well and as efficiently as possible, and then get out of the way. Part of that, of course, involves legislation. I very much support some of the initiatives that our state legislature has considered. Things like the Grow Me State initiative, as far as trying to reach out and bring venture capital and through angel investments here, through a number of other particular incentives. The Life Sciences Trust Fund, that funding is very important as far as an investment here within our state. And just as the many businesses in our state are as diverse as its citizens, I think, as Dan referenced, businesses, there are some common themes, and that is to create the most positive, favorable climate here in our state. I mean, we're one of the few states that has 8 surrounding states touching our borders, but we're not just competing with those states around our borders. We're competing nationally, we're competing internationally. And so, you know, whether it's workers' comp reform, whether it's trying to rein in those meritless, frivolous lawsuits that drive up the cost of business, even with the diversity of our businesses across Missouri, there are some common themes. In the Hulshof administration, we're going to continue this strong growth model, this business climate. Part of that may even be regulatory, that is regulations that stands in the way of our businesses, keeping them or hampering them from doing what they do best. And that is, you know, growing jobs. You know, we see what's happening on the national front. We see that nationally we've hit a bit of a headwind, and yet, you know, thankfully we are one of 23 states out of 50 that still is able to balance our books here in the halls of our state government, primarily because we've turned the ship of state around as far as our business climate. And so people are working here, and then so long as we maintain our fiscal responsibility in our state capital, then that's the reason why we continue to be in the black rather than in the red. So I'm pleased, privileged, honored to have the endorsement. I will work as hard as I can to be worthy of that endorsement, not only in this primary, which I understand is fairly unique, that the Chamber would actually take a position in a primary, and I understand how difficult that may be, but I'm going to work as hard as I can, not only to get through August the 5th, but to go on to victory on November the 4th. Dan, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.